He is a shooter, and he gets it up and down, and one of the best and prettiest shots I've seen in the collegiate level.
Kareem did not have a good game against Green Bay up in Wisconsin, in part because Romaine Haywood, their best physical presence inside, was not getting the rebounds to key the break.
Well, I tell you what, if he has a ball game like he is capable of having, rebounding, I think Green Bay is in for trouble, because if he gets the ball out, he's up and down the court with this team, LaSalle. Boy, I tell you, Green Bay is in trouble, because he is a good rebounder and he sparks the fast break.
For the Phoenix of Wisconsin Green Bay, it's the end of the season. That means they've got to be playing well. That's always the case with Dick Bennett teams. They have been red hot.
Well, they've been hot right now, and the team, you know, he put a little criticism on this basketball team about stepping up. They've done that, and they're well coached. They'll be prepared. I saw him before the game and talked to him. He seems to think they're ready to play.
Well, the most torrid of the hot Phoenix players right now is guard Chris Westlake, shooting it better than 50% for the year from three-point land.
Well, I tell you what, Coach made a comment about 3 weeks ago with this young man. Step up, be the leader. He has done that. He's been on fire. He has a beautiful shot. They look for him in the offense, and he's, like you said, he's on fire right now.
For the Phoenix as well, when they need inside play, when they need muscle, and another guy they look for in terms of leadership, Jeff Nordgaard, has played very, very well.
Very well inside, and more than Haywood on the opposition. He looks to score a little bit with this team. They have inside punch, outside punch with Westlake, and I tell you, the coach uses that for perfection with this team. If both these guys are having that type of game, then LaSalle's in trouble, because when you're scoring, you can run fast breaks. And this team runs patterns, and they're very patient, Jack.
Well, Green Bay shot the ball well the first time they met. We'll see what happens this afternoon. Helter Skelter LaSalle against patient and pattern Wisconsin Green Bay. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip from Dayton right after this. Today's MCC tournament game is brought to you in part by Budget Rent-A-Car. The smart money is on budget. And by Right Pat Credit Union. See us for all your financial needs.
I've played a lot of great courses.
First of all, for LaSalle, they will have Romaine Haywood and Derek Newton in the front court surrounding Jasper Van Teesling in the middle. Kareem Towns, who we talked about, and his senior backcourt partner, Paul Burke, will be the guy to key the attack. For Speedy Morris, now in his 9th season at LaSalle. For Wisconsin Green Bay, Jeff Nordgaard, who we talked about, Gary Gresk is their best defender. There you see Speedy Morris. It'll be Berlowski, Westlake, and Jackson as well. The numbers on Speedy, the winningest coach in Explorers history. And speaking of successful coaches, in 10 years at Wisconsin Green Bay, look at the numbers for Dick Bennett. The bottom numbers overall as a coach, he has averaged 18-plus wins a season in his Green Bay tenure, and they're looking to get back into postseason play, a spot they've become very comfortable with in recent times.
Well, at times you get spoiled with success and you like to stay there. I think the toughest part, you know, it's kind of easy to get there, Jack. You work and you work and you get there, but it's very tough to stay around there, and that's what they're trying to accomplish and remain.
Green Bay finished as the third-place team, actually tied for second with Illinois Chicago at 11-4. UIC got the number 2 spot because of their battles during the regular season. LaSalle even 500 in conference play, and overall at 13-13. Cleveland State and Loyola eliminated in the play-in games last night. Wisconsin-Milwaukee was not eligible for the tournament this year. They will be next year. Calling the infractions this afternoon, a trio of officials. Tom Grzywinski, Terry Anderson, and J.D. Collins will be the men in the stripes. Wisconsin Green Bay in the first meeting really corralled the Explorers in 2 ways. One, they shot nearly 80% in the first half, and guys like Van Teesling got into early foul trouble.
Right, and when you shoot well, you don't run fast breaks because you're not missing many shots, and that's the key for Green Bay. Patience, run it, shoot well, balance the floor.
Eric Jackson, the youngster out of Milwaukee, will direct an attack that if you've not seen the Phoenix play before, they will use much of the shot clock, but they're not just delaying the ball. They're looking for the best possible shot.
And also LaSalle's in the zone.
Nordgaard too strong, and Towns will get the rebound.
Now that adds to what Green Bay may do. When you play a zone, they're really going to be even more patient because you don't get after them with the ball out there. So they start out in the zone, and Green Bay's in a man-to-man.
Paul Burke's fall away. Van Teesling volleyballed it into the corner, but saved it to Westlake. Opening minute of play here in Dayton of the quarterfinals. Good pressure inside, and Van Tiesling comes up with the errant pass thanks to the pressure from Paul Burke and Eric Jackson.
Green Bay is going to have to surround that zone. They have a little more patience, maybe shoot from the outside a little bit to get them out of that zone and not try to force it inside right now like they're doing.
Towns for a three. Rebound is Westlake's. Well, the two guys who need to hit shots, Burke and Towns, miss on their first tries.
And Towns was downtown on that one, a long distance, but you know, he shoots those and he will look for it.
Rest down low for Burlowski, couldn't get the handle on it, so the Phoenix will reset. Still 12 on the shot clock.
To get them out of that zone, Phoenix is, the Phoenix is going to have to shoot outside shots and start cranking right there because it's going to be tough inside on the zone.
Jackson, no. Rebound, Nordgaard. The only really big man that the Phoenix have. Gretzky inside, one pass too many. He had the layup and tried to pass it to Nordgaard.
Yes, he did. Overpassing right now, and against the zone, I think the zone will give Green Bay more of a problem than the man-to-man, than the moving, the picking, and running around. Right now, they got to have patience just passing the ball.
2 minutes gone by, still looking for our first points. Burke fires again, no. Rebound out of bounds off of Romaine Haywood, and it comes back Green Bay's way.
Both teams just a little off shooting right now, a little cold. I guess the tournament jitters at this point.
Well, new facility in terms of experience for LaSalle. Their first time to play in the building. Green Bay has been here a few times. Another steal, good defense. That's the third turnover forced by the Explorers defense.
And I'm surprised LaSalle didn't take off and run that with that ball. They look like they're looking for patience right now. Maybe just to get the good shot, to get the tempo going.
Towns double clutches, no. Rebound, Haywood had it, lost it. Burke comes away with it. LaSalle resets and Burke fires the three, no. Newton had the rebound, lost it out of bounds to Wisconsin Green Bay.
And you know, LaSalle has good shots, even though Towns took a very long shot, but that is his territory. They are just not shooting. Both teams, look at LaSalle 0 for 5 and Green Bay's 0 for 2 and throwing the ball away a couple times.
We've played 3 minutes without a point being scored. Towns being the pressure man on Westlake.
Yeah, you got that zone, Jack, but you better honor Westlake. You got to look for him in that zone.
On the baseline, Burlowski breaks the deadlock as the junior from Janesville, Wisconsin, scores the first basket.
And they took an outside shot instead of forcing it in. They moved the ball, they had the shot, and they took the shot and nailed it down.
Burlowski had 23 off the bench against LaSalle in the game in Green Bay.
Green Bay tight man-to-man, and they will hound you. They will make you work. They will wear you out with that man-to-man.
Towns against the best defender for Green Bay, Gary Gresk. Towns in the lane, the hanger goes.
He's going to need help because you are not going to stop him man-to-man. Only way Towns is stopped is if he's just not hitting his shot, but he will get a shot off.
Burlowski thought about triggering the three. Westlake, who's been outstanding from long range. Burlowski's three misses.
I tell you, they started this game, you know, we did a game earlier in the season where they just hit everything. If they don't hit against this LaSalle zone, Green Bay that is, they're in trouble.
Van Tiesling couldn't find what he wanted, so Burke will reset, and Eric Jackson draws the offensive foul.
Good D. They're going to play you defense. University of Wisconsin Green Bay will get on you and challenge you.
Timeout called with 15:40 to play here in the first half. Been a slow start for both offenses.
You need to get gone. You need to get way out of town. You need a hot set of wheels.
It's a most special occasion, and you need a getaway car. Impress your client with a car that says you mean business.
Whatever your needs, Budget has the car you need. Budget, a smart place to start.
Fly free when you rent 6 times only at Budget. Ask for details at select U.S. Budget locations.
The smart money is on Budget.
The power, the punishment, the pain. the ultimate sports spectacular. Now you can relive the excitement on home video with Top Rank's greatest knockouts. Volume
systems. LaSalle more of an up-tempo type team, but they're not showing that now with the turnovers and a couple missed shots. When you miss shots, you think they'd get them down the court, but they're not doing it. They're showing patience. You see 1 for 6 for LaSalle and also 1 out of 4 for Green Bay. And you would think that type of ball play would favor LaSalle right now to get it up and down the court, but they're not running. They're not even looking to run.
Green Bay had its second best offensive output of the season in their 77-60 win at home against LaSalle. Little different look to the offensive set against the zone right now with the high post of Gresk.
They're going to have to look for outside shots, Green Bay, at this point, and they're not looking for it. They're looking to get inside against the zone. You got to get them out of the zone first, looking for the outside shot, feeling confident in shooting that outside shot when you have an opportunity.
Green Bay that only turns the ball over 12 times a ball game has done it 4 times already in this one.
And that's against the zone. That's not even pressure on you.
Towns against Gresk. I like that matchup.
Yes.
Towns, another hanger in the lane that goes for him. Both baskets that drive and hang in the lane for Kareem Towns.
The defense has put on Towns very good defense. You're not going to stop a ball player like that. You're going to have to get help from your teammates because he's going to get a shot off every time he has the ball.
Towns with a near steal on Burlowski, and now he does steal the ball. Turnover number 5.
Now that's LaSalle basketball right there. Steal, get it out, fast break, get it going. But a good defensive kick ball on that one, which is a violation. But that's LaSalle basketball right there.
Trying to kickstart, if you'll excuse the pun. Dick Bennett brings in freshman Kevin Olm and freshman Pete Wade. Olm right there will play at the point guard spot for Jackson. Wade into the ball game for Burlowski.
Might look for more outside shooting. I think moved just to look for the shot.
Offensive foul called on Derek Newton as he dropped the shoulder into Pete Wade. Second team foul. They've both been offensive fouls on the Explorers.
As you hear, he just put the shoulder down. He went in there, boom. Good position defensively, but you can't put the shoulder on. Maybe in the NBA, but not college. Another turnover. There you go. It's LaSalle 3 and Green Bay at 5 turnovers.
Olm, who's a young man right out of Green Bay, has played well off the bench. Nordgaard's jumper from the top of the circle deadlocks the game at 4.
Now, if they can get that ball at every possession inside that post right there, the top of the key, look for the shot, you will make them come out of that zone. Because also when you hit that, you also start feeding your wings because you concentrate on that.
Towns for a 3, no. Rebound Olm, nearly stolen by Burke. Towns just 2 of 5 thus far, but he will take lots of opportunities. They find Gresk at the top of the circle, no. Nordgaard, big rebound.
He's got to look for that shot, miss it or not. When it's in there, look and take that shot. Got to get confidence he's going to make it. You get that ball inside the hub of the wheel, shoot it.
Westlake, first time today he lets go around the arc and misfired. Westlake, one of the top 3-point shooters in the country. He was actually right on the line, so it would have been a 2.
Even though they're playing a zone, they're honoring Westlake, and they're leaning toward him in that zone because they know he is the shooter on that Green Bay team.
Haywood goes by the Van Teesling screen. It rims out, and then Van Teesling fouls Nordgaard.
I don't know how that ball came out. I don't know how that basketball came out. That was in there. Boy, look at this. Great move. Like I said, you're not going to stop this kid. Towns is going to get a shot. He pulled up, shot. That ball was in there. Boom. That's the roll.
That caught as much iron as you can get without dropping down. We've been tied at 2 and 4 with 7.5 minutes gone by here in the first 20.
Salle is much more aggressive from the last time they played this Green Bay team. They're very relaxed, a little more movement.
On the baseline, Nordgaard, no. Rebound, Everett Catlin, who is in the ball game for the Explorers.
A lot of things happen when you get that ball in the middle of that zone like that.
Paul Burke pulled up for a 3, 1 and done. Here comes Green Bay.
That's LaSalle, though. They're going to come down and pop it. They start getting on the roll, hitting that.
Towns near steal. Westlake able to get it back. Boy, Towns much more active defensively than in the first encounter.
Yes, he was, and he is right now.
Wade.
This whole LaSalle team is much more active, I tell you, defensively from the last game. They are moving, and the minute the ball's passed, there's a hand in the face of a shooter.
Another turnover. Towns on the steal, trying to go the distance. No. Rebound. Out of bounds to LaSalle.
Good steal, good move, and he got it going. I tell you, he should have had the two.
Both teams having problems finding the bottom of the net. Just 8 points scored in 11:30 to play. We're in 4-4 with 8.5 minutes going by here in the first half in game one of the quarterfinals. Accommodations, well, the Holiday Inn and Homewood Suites are the headquarters hotels for the 1995 MCC tournament. 2 great hotels, 1 great location right here on the north side of Dayton, Ohio. Normally, Kareem Towns has 4 points before he gets off the bus. Much less in 8.5 minutes, but both teams continue to struggle. 2 of 11 for LaSalle and 2 of 8 for Green Bay.
LaSalle has shots too. I mean, they're open. Good shots for them. They're just not falling right now.
But give Green Bay credit. They're one of the top teams in the country in terms of team defense. And this time Kevin Olm is not able to cut off Paul Burke. And on the drive, the senior will go to the foul line. Olm picks up the first foul of the game for the Phoenix.
Well, you see a little penetration, nice move in there, a little body bump, a good block from the shot, but at the same time, a little body by Olm. And we're on the free throw line. I do believe that's the first free throw being shot.
Yes.
In this game. Penetration, that'll make something happen every time.
Paul Burke winding up a very fine career. Has a shot at perhaps reaching 1,400 points in his LaSalle career. He gets both free throws. LaSalle back out to that 2-point advantage.
Once again, Green Bay's got to look for the outside shot or getting the help of that wheel in the pivot right there, moving the ball, but patient. There you go. Something's got to happen from there.
But Gress doesn't like to shoot it. Westlake's 3 rims out. Rebound, Derek Newton.
It wouldn't be so bad putting Norgard in there, because I'll tell you what, he'll turn around and fire it up there. And you need points from that area, or a good passer, but you need the threat of a shot first.
Towns on the baseline, another hanger that bounces down. Kareem Towns with 6.
Every once again, Jack, that's good defense, but you can't stop that. That's just athletic ability to get in there and hang, get the shot. You can't play any better defense than that unless you get help. Just got to look for that shot in there, I'm telling you.
Oh, nearly turned the ball over. Gresk at the top of the circle, drives down the lane, nice shot.
That's what you got to do. When you get the ball in that territory, in the zone, you turn around, you only have 2 men facing you. You either penetrate, turn around, shoot right away, or throw the ball out to the side, get your shooters, get Westlake, get Olm, get a couple of your shooters, Norgard over there. Be a threat from inside that post there.
Newton double pumps over Berlowski, too strong, rebound Nordgaard, got it over to Gresk. Just halfway past the opening 20 minutes in a struggle. Look how far off they are on Kevin Olm.
Yeah, they haven't taken the threat to shoot outside yet against that zone.
Westlake, the only guy that has really taken any shots from outside so far. Under 10 on the shot clock. Long bounce pass, and Catlin and Towns fumble it out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
And their instinctive moves that in Green Bay, they want to go inside. You just can't beat a zone looking to go inside all the time. Do it by looking for your outside shot, and once again, hit that post now.
Olm gets it over to Berlowski, who will beat the shot clock and hit it. Ben Berlowski with a tough shot ties the game at 8.
Now, those are the type of shots that usually get you going in offense. You hit one, a desperate type of a shot, Jack, and all of a sudden you get into a rhythm, because they did that about 4 or 5 times with the clock running out the first time they met.
Burke's 3-pointer One off the shoulder of Everett Catlin. I don't know if that ball was deflected on the shot by Paul Burke. We're going to get a substitution. Mike Gizzi, a freshman, will come into the ball game for Paul Burke. Burke is 0 for 5 from the floor, and perhaps a piece, huh, Norm?
Regardless, it went out on LaSalle. If he got a piece, and it was short, so it might have tipped. But I tell you what, I think Coach Bennett put Jackson on the side to take a little peek at the zone, maybe to see how to run against it.
Westlake misses the 3. The long rebound is volleyball to Eric Jackson, and they can reset.
Got to move it. You got to move it against the zone. Now turn around, look for shooter. To the side. Jackson should have moved to the left.
Great
Jackson
job.
should have moved to the left, and you'd have had a jump shot right there. That's how you break the zone in that situation. You got it in. You got past the front part of that zone. You turn around immediately, either look for a shot or look for your wings for shooters. Jackson should have moved down to the left to be in position to shoot that basketball.
One of the dilemmas, Norm, for Dick Bennett right now, Bresk and Jackson are guys who don't look for their shots, so they really only have 3 shooters on the floor.
And that's why LaSalle's playing the zone.
Gizzi inside and Newton on a push-off. Good call indeed by J.D. Collins. And Newton gets his second personal foul. That will bring Van Tiesling back into the ball game as Newton sits down. Watch it again.
As you see here, what they always teach is put both hands up and not to use that to push off, because regardless, if you're playing defense, you know how to even fake like you've been pushed. Another turnover. There you go. 4 for LaSalle, 7 for Green Bay.
Make it 8 on that bad pass. Towns trying to kick it ahead, gets it inside to Catlin, who scores it.
First time they have taken advantage of a turnover and scored points. That is the difference right now. With 8 turnovers, you would think LaSalle would have more points on the board than they have right now.
An effort, yeah, they did.
There you go. You had him over
Sets
there.
for the 3 and got it, and Haywood got him. A chance for a 4-point play as Chris Westlake gives Green Bay the lead again.
Very not a really smart player. Haywood out, not under control, and you got to foul every time. But you know you're not going to block the shot way out there. Come out under control, where you have at least an opportunity to come back and get a rebound if you didn't miss it. So not very smart on Haywood's part.
Westlake 1 for 3 from beyond the arc, and it was his 76th three-pointer of the season. Dick Bennett shaking his head, but his team has taken the lead with 7:45 to play in the first half.
In today's world, sport represents more than games and competition. It's an integral part of the educational experience. A unique group of institutions have developed an athletic conference that promotes both academic and athletic excellence. They are the schools of the Midwestern Collegiate Conference, the new MCC.
Since early on, as I said, first of 4 games that we will see in the quarterfinals. Following this one, it will be Illinois-Chicago against Northern Illinois. And then Wright State will play the top-seeded team Xavier in a 7 o'clock Eastern start tonight, to be followed by the final game of the quarterfinals, Butler against Detroit Mercy.
Well, you see right here, a good fast break move, and wanted a few points off of a turnover as we get the breakdowns. A nice pass.
Paul Burke back into the ball game. Kareem Towns getting a breather.
3 for 7, best on the team there right now.
Burke is 0 for 5. Trying to work inside over Jackson. Rebound, Van Tiesling's hook, no. Tie up for the ball, and we're going to get a foul called on Everett Catlin.
And LaSalle slowly getting in foul trouble here as they pick up a good hustle on the boards. You got the shot up, everybody's going for it, but Green Bay's going to be in there and box out. Right now, you're reaching and grabbing, and you just can't do that. Not to just grab. Team fouls, you have LaSalle 6, Green Bay just 1.
LaSalle remaining in the pressured zone. Inside Nordgaard, Berlowski spots for a 3.
Now, even though he missed that shot, Jack, that is the way you break a zone. You move it like that, get in the middle, hit the wings, or indeed Norgard could have taken the shot himself. That's what you have to do against the zone right there. But you got to move the ball even better and more than what Green Bay's doing.
Whistle, and we're going to get a foul called inside on Ben Burlowski.
Green Bay looked like they've gone to a zone, which is not usually their style with that possession.
Well, with Towns on the bench, perhaps they feel they can zone up a little more. Gary Gress coming back into the ball game.
Well, they're sizing up out of bounds man to man, but yeah, they're back to man to man.
That's because Towns is back in the ball game. He misfires. Rebound Westlake trying to beat the pack and lays it in. Chris Westlake with 6 of the 14 points for Green Bay, their largest advantage of the ball game.
And you get the feel that Green Bay starting to tune up a little bit on their offense, along with their defense getting the ball out. You don't see them run that often, but they got down. Westlake smells too. He's going.
Haywood misses on the 3. That LaSalle offense still misfiring. They are just over 20% from the floor in the first half, 4 of 19. Under 6 minutes to play here in the first half.
Green Bay's got to move the ball a little better than this, and they're very capable of doing it. There you go. Now you look in. He had a man on the side, didn't look for it.
On the baseline, Gress with less than 10 on the shot clock. Jackson on the drive, lost the ball again. Another Green Bay turnover, their 9th of the first half.
And what he was trying to accomplish, Jackson, he could have done that without the penetration dribble. Just get it over to Westlake, move the ball without the penetration and dribble, get in scoring areas, and look for the shot.
LaSalle trying to get something going. They've gone a while without scoring. Van Tiesling in trouble, and he walked with the ball. By the time he had the ball controlled, he was too far under the basket.
He could do absolutely nothing with it. As a matter of fact, he should have gotten the ball, just thrown it back out and look for it again and have a little patience themselves, LaSalle.
Nordgaard right there back for Green Bay. Olaf Landgren into the ball game, the freshman from Sweden for the first time, as well as Brian Flickinger, another freshman. So the 2 seniors in the backcourt and 3 youngsters on the front line for LaSalle. Burlowski's 3 is good.
Good ball movement, no dribbling that time. Just move it, and when you get position yourself to take a shot, take it. Look for it. When you look for it, when Green Bay looks for shots, like they have in the last couple of possessions, the rhythm is right there. You got to look for the shot and have confidence to take it.
From a 10-8 lead for LaSalle, it has been a 9-point run by Green Bay, and Burke misfires again. He is 0 for 7.
He's starting to, I think, press a little bit on himself, because that was a forced shot, big-time forced shot. You can't afford to do that. Now, Westlake should have been to have received that ball on the other side. Good play.
Burlowski is red hot now with 9.
And it started from the point again and getting the ball in the hub of the zone by getting it in penetration and moving.
And Speedy Morris has to take a timeout. An 11-point run has given the Phoenix its largest lead.
A good ball movement, and the shooting's picked up for Green Bay.
At Green Bay, Burke and Towns went 9 for 32. In the first half here, they are 3 for 15. Towns in the lane, no, and another once and done for the LaSalle offense.
And that's how you build leads. Right now you come down, you have patience, get another 2 points, or work for the 3, or force a foul. Got to move it, though. You got to move it.
Just 2 points in their last 10 possessions.
Got to swing it. You got to move it against the zone.
All back in the ball game at point guard. 10 on the shot clock as Burlowski.
Westlake is open over here. I tell you, got to move it.
On the baseline, Burlowski hits it again. He's got 11. He has hit the last 7 points for the Phoenix.
They're on a roll. They're on a roll right now, you know, and that's another thing about Green Bay. When whomever's hot, Jack, they feed him all until he cools off.
Flickinger is open and ends the drought that was more than 4 minutes long as the freshman from Zionsville, Indiana, gets LaSalle's 12th point.
Big shot. They needed that very badly.
It all started on the 4-point play by Chris Westlake. Resk on the baseline, double teamed, and gets it out to Ohm, and Kareem Towns got him on the arm.
Now a little bit of delayed ball movement, but they got a foul out of this situation. I don't know how much longer LaSalle's going to stay in that zone the way Green Bay's hitting right now. They're on fire.
Romaine Haywood back in the ball game. The foul on Towns is first, but the 7th team foul. So Kevin Ohm, the freshman from East High School in Green Bay, will miss the front end of the 1-and-1. Lead was as much as 11, down to 9 as Paul Burke tries to get something going, and he's lucky they had space for Derek Newton. Towns on the drive, no, but drew the foul this time. Either Westlake or Burlowski, and they're going to call it on Chris Westlake, his first.
I tell you what, here's the move, which is that's what you need when you have a ball player like Towns. You got 2 or 3 guys around him. Team help. He's the only one looking to shoot along with Burke, along in this offense. So therefore, it makes the defense a little easier to help out, because you're not looking for the rest of this team to shoot, or nor is anyone taking a shot.
But an 81% free throw shooter just missed his first. 7 points for Kareem Towns.
You know what his style of play, Jack. You know, just a matter of time that he's going to put 5-6 shots in a row together. That'd be in Towns for LaSalle.
Westlake sets for the 3. Not there, and the rebound comes out to Flickinger. Here's Towns in transition, but Green Bay gets back quickly.
You know, they do it within the system of running plays, so therefore they always have floor balance. That's why Green Bay is always there.
Towns long 3, way off the mark. Haywood with the rebound, goes inside, no, with the finger roll.
I think he got away with a charge and steps to get that shot off.
LaSalle 5 for 24 in the first half. Burlowski's 3. Not this time, and Resk is going to be called for the push-off. That one was out in the open that time.
Right. And you know, if it had maintained his ground, he would have had a rebound, because it came off the side of the rim where he was standing in position. He'd have had 2 points.
4 team fouls on Green Bay. Resk with the foul. Minute 35 to play here in the first half. Burke looking for something offensively. Good backdoor pass. Newton doesn't get it, but he drew the foul.
I tell you what, you got to look for someone else to score than Burke and Towns right now to get involved in this offense, because everywhere those 2 particular ball players go, there's 2 or 3 people around. As you see the foul here on the replay, as Burke got a nice little lob pass over. Should have got going up quicker with that to get the 2 points, I think, at this point. You need to take that ball up in a hurry and get those 2 points.
Here comes Eric Jackson back in the ball game after Newton gets his first point of the afternoon. And it's been a mini run by the Explorers to try and get back into it. 5 straight points has cut the lead down to 6.
You know, despite the bad and poor shooting of LaSalle, they're right there in the ball game. And the only reason they're in the ball game because Green Bay's got about 8 turnovers that really has kept them from pulling away.
Westlake, who has been on fire from long range, has struggled with it this afternoon. 1 for 5 from beyond the arc.
And that was a good shot for him. And that's a shot. They worked the ball to get a good shot, and he just didn't can it.
Paul Burke can't get it to go. Haywood with the rebound. Got Nordgaard in the air, but was too strong off the glass.
Haywood's got a lot of, well, you know, he is a rebounder, but scoring is not one of his assets. And I tell you what, he's gotten some rebounds and putbacks that he just hasn't canned. This game would be even closer if that was the case.
Under a minute to play. Jackson will shoot just inside the arc. Long rebound to Westlake, and they can reset and use the remaining time.
Got to shoot it. Yep.
Resk saw the clock and realized he had it all, so didn't take the foul shot, and then an offensive foul on the baseline against Jeff Nordgaard. First foul on Nordgaard,
Well, here you
LaSalle
go.
will get it back.
Here you go, Jack. I didn't see it. That can go either way, as far as I'm concerned. Both teams fighting for position, both players, I should say, and that could have gone either way with that one. Or it could have been just a good no call.
Excellent camera work on the baseline by our crew, as you saw the editorial comment from Jeff Nordgaard. Final seconds. Burke had the ball knocked away. Nordgaard does not get it off in time.
All right. Tough half, huh?
A very tough half for both sides. Timeout on the floor here in Dayton at halftime. LaSalle trailing Wisconsin Green Bay by a half dozen.
In today's world, sport represents more than games and competition. It's an integral part of the educational experience.
I don't know if this is in favor of LaSalle, that eventually they're going to get hot, or the fact that the 6-point game, they're just lucky to be around for what advantage has been given to them. But you would think Towns, a shooter, Burke, a shooter, would eventually get hot.
See the numbers for Dick Bennett's team when they are up at halftime. The only time they lost that advantage was in an overtime loss to Illinois Chicago. Speedy Morris has seen his team have its problems shooting the ball, and they'll need a big effort offensively in the second half to stay alive.
Well, LaSalle's still in the zone, and I think it's worked for them, but they have to take advantage of turnovers and get that zone and start running up and down the court and try to create some offense.
Knocked out of bounds by Van Tiesling. It looks like, at least in the first part of this set anyway, Norm, that they're going to try and get Nordgaard to the top of the post, the high post, once in a while.
And just get him involved in the offense. You can see that he's floating to the outside right now. He's rotating a little more than he has.
There's Nordgaard with the ball and 12 on the shot clock.
One thing about Nordgaard, he has patience.
Fresk inside, one extra pass, and Paul Burke pushed Nordgaard and gets the personal foul for Paul Burke. That's his second personal.
Well, I should just say Nordgaard has patience. Everyone on his Green Bay team has patience because that's Coach Bennett's style.
Green Bay led at one point 21-10 before LaSalle scored the last 5 points of the first half.
Good ball movement. Just keep patience. Good ball movement.
Gresk is surrounded, so they'll reset again. Now Gresk gets it back.
Should have taken that one. I think he should have just gone up with it.
Jackson, Westlake on the baseline. Now Nordgaard will shoot the 10-footer. No. Rebound Berlowski. Yes. Ben Berlowski crashing the boards has 13.
And I tell you what, Jack, they got away with a Gresk, got away with a push underneath on that rebound.
Haywood inside against Nordgaard. No. Van Tiesling fighting with two members of the Phoenix, and it comes away to Wisconsin Green Bay.
Thought it was a good no call that time. Both teams hustling, going for it. Could have been easily a situation over the back, but a no call was just as good. See, Jackson's got to move in the scoring area right there. Receive the ball and be at least a threat to score against the zone. Now he should move up even more right here.
Nordgaard double teamed on the baseline with 10 on the shot clock. Gresk with 5 on the clock. Towns with a near steal. Gresk will beat the buzzer. No, and Towns gets the rebound.
And Towns got away to a foul because
Yes.
he certainly hacked him on the arm after he shot the ball. But I think Green Bay is just playing. If they would move themselves into scoring areas on that zone, they have a lot better shots to take.
Burke went scoreless from the field in the first half. Has it blocked by Westlake. Towns sets for the 3. Yes.
All right, he gets started, I'm telling you. And that's all for penetration, missed shot, rebound back out to find your area. Now he knows how to slide in the scoring area. Of course, anywhere in the court is scoring area for him.
He poured in 52 points earlier this year against Loyola, a LaSalle record. He is going to need a lot of offense to help his team get back. Nordgaard on the baseline, and Haywood got the ball and Nordgaard for the foul.
It's amazing to me. Every time you penetrate a zone by passing, you always get something that's going to happen. Here you go right here. I thought it was a good block at first, but he did get across the arm. because of the ball movement and the threat to shoot from that area and just a nice little bounce pass down low. This is what it's all about against the zone, moving the ball, moving in the scoring areas.
Jeff Nordgaard, first team all-conference after being all-conference in the Mid-Continent Conference a season ago. Only his third point for the leading scorer for the Phoenix at just under 19 points a ball game. Paul Burke 0 for 9 from the field.
Good defense, just good sound defense on this team.
Towns against the double team and a blocking foul called on Gary Gresk.
There you see here, good position. Could have easily been a charge. Could have been a charge, the way I look at it. Good position by Gresk, and I think it could have easily gone the other way, but it was a block.
Towns on the dribble, had it hit somebody's foot, he got the ball back. Burke's three-pointer, no. Rebound and a foul called on Jasper Van Tiesling, pushing off in the lane. His second foul.
I got to tell you, Burke's not hesitated. He may have been missing, he hasn't hit a jump shot yet. But one thing about it, he has not stopped shooting.
It's been a nightmare game for Paul, 0 for 10.
This time of the year, you can't afford to have that, not from your scores.
He's their number 2 scorer, but just 2 free throws on the afternoon.
Either that, Jack, or someone else got to pick up the slack on this team if he's not scoring.
Gresk will shoot the jumper from the foul line. Rebound, Derek Newton.
He's got to shoot that. Make, miss, whatever. You got to take that shot just to keep the defense honest by ball movement. And the next time that ball comes down the sideline, they're going to honor that fact that he is in there ready to shoot.
Burke goes by, got Jackson in the air and drew the foul.
See, that's the problem, Jack. When you only have 2 scorers basically looking for the offense, you got the whole team. He went around his man, then he faced 2 more on the baseline once he got around Jackson on that shot. But he's the threat. There you go. No matter what, with Burke and Towns out there, no matter what they do against their man watching him, they got other people helping him because no one else on this court for LaSalle is a threat.
73% free throw shooter for Burke, and that's 3 in a row here this afternoon for all his points. LaSalle trims the lead back down to 6.
And despite the bad shooting of the 2 scorers, Towns and Burke, this game is only a 5-point game.
Hanging around, hoping to get hot. They're shooting 20% from the floor and are down only 5.
Jackson should move in the scoring area. Move in a little more.
That's why Olm played a lot in the first half, because Jackson is just not the shooting threat. Westlake lost it after somebody got a piece of it, but recovered inside of 10 on the shot clock, and Jackson will shoot the 3 way off the mark. And that gets Dick Bennett to bring Olm off the bench as he checks in at the scorer's table.
Good strategy in both teams about how to play this, because LaSalle's zone has bothered Green Bay, I think, with what they do best. Move the ball, pick, move, things of that nature. So that zone has helped.
Van Tiesling over Nordgaard, no. Burke got the rebound. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Romaine Haywood to the hoop, no. Van Tiesling got the rebound.
All right, he's got to put that ball back up. I didn't think he realized he had a shot when he got the rebound.
Romaine Haywood having a nightmare game as well. He's 0 for 6 from the floor, and Gresk trying the back pocket pick is called for the foul.
Close, tic-tac, but, you know, a foul at that point, and that's the way it goes. He had an opportunity to score, too.
Big foul because it's his 3rd with 15 minutes plus to play in this one.
You need to get gone. You need to get way out of town. You need a hot set of wheels.
It's a most special occasion, and you need a getaway car. Impress your client with a car that says you mean business. Whatever your needs, Budget has the car you need. Budget, a smart place to start. Fly free when you rent 6 times only at Budget. Ask for details at select U.S. Budget locations. The smart money is on Budget.
More and more people are stopping by for the reliable performance of Exxon 93 Supreme gasoline.
People stopping by.
They're stopping by for a gasoline that controls deposits on valves for a cleaner engine.
People stopping by to
Rely on 93 Supreme for a cleaner engine which reduces emissions for cleaner air.
People stopping by to rely on the Tiger.
If it runs, if it swings, if it jams, if it skates, if it spikes, if it slides, if it accelerates, if it hits and hits and hits, if it birdies, if it receives, if it kicks, if it serves, if it competes, if it scores and scores and scores and scores and scores, then it must be Sports Channel. 24 hours of the best sports from the region and the world. If it's sports, then it must be Sports Channel.
Back to the Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio, with Green Bay leading by 5, the first of 4 MCC quarterfinal games after our second game this afternoon. Well, coming up, it will be at 3 o'clock here on Sports Channel, the Class AA Girls Championship in the Illinois High School Association, and they'll have the Class A Championship on Sports Channel Plus. That's on Sports Channel in Chicago. A little bit of a replay later. Our second game will be on Sports Channel Plus in the Chicago area. So lots of basketball, end-to-end hoop play here on Sports Channel. Shooting no better in the first couple of minutes of the second half, Norm, than in the first half.
Well, it's just one of those days, and but nonetheless, the shooting's only a 5-point game, which makes it interesting. If they keep hanging around, eventually you're going to can that being LaSalle. And at the same time, I'm looking for Green Bay to start opening up. There seems that zone is bothering them. They're not getting the outside shot or moving in the shot areas, and it's caused some problems, this zone against Green Bay.
You can't blame the building because all 4 teams shot the ball well last night, and another 3-pointer for Kareem Towns. 2 of them here in the second half. He's got 13, and the lead is down to 2.
Well, they just keep hanging around, and they just might get hot right now.
Gary Gresk under pressure. Burlowski's 3 rims out. Nordgaard, what a big rebound, and then has the ball knocked away by Paul Burke.
That's strength. The way he rebounded with one hand in there, leaning back, that was strength to get that ball back and rebound right there. I think at that point he should have been satisfied with the rebound and just get it back out. But he's just looking, he's positive, looking to score.
Better hurry, and they just get the ball in before the 5-second count had expired. Kevin Olm in the ball game now at point guard, a little bit more of an offensive threat. Gresk inside to Nordgaard, short. Rebound tied up. Paul Burke on the jump ball will get the ball back for LaSalle.
Good passing that time right there. I would like to see him make a little switch, put Nordgaard on top of that key and just look for the offensive shot, even though I know they're looking for rebound and tip-ins down at end. But I think he'd be more effective in that post area on the key.
Haywood on the baseline gets his first basket just inside the 3-point line. Haywood had missed his first 6. We are tied at 25. Now they are saying a 3 now because they have changed it up on the board. So give him a 3. I thought he was right on the line.
I tell you, Jack.
Now they've changed it back. It was a 2.
All right. You got good eyes, man. Good eyes.
No, good contacts, that's what it is. Inside at 10 on the shot clock, Westlake. Burlowski triple team, gets it to Nordgaard. He beats the buzzer and crawled it home.
Well, that's where I like to see Nordgaard play against his zone right in that key, because he's a threat to shoot against his zone, and I think he's more of a threat for this team in the shooting areas than he is on the rebounding areas right now. Progress down there and just go for a broke at that point.
2-point Green Bay lead. Burke's jumper, no. Rebound, Newton saved it, but Haywood fouls Kevin Olm.
Haywood doesn't use, I think, the thought trend is what word I'm using here. When and when not to go after the ball. It's just that wasn't a good play on his part to go after the ball in the manner which he did.
3rd personal foul called on Romaine Haywood. Paul Burke in conversation with the officials, and now we're Speedy Morris talking about that whistle as well.
And there's 3 fouls by Haywood that I think you got to use better judgment, that he would not have had 3 fouls. One more, it's a key situation for them if he gets another foul.
They are not experienced at all on the front line when Haywood steps out. Westlake way outside, down to 15 on the clock as Nordgaard is now the mover and Gresk is inside.
They've got to look for shots.
Berlowski, the shot won't count as Derek Newton knocked Gary Gresk to the floor after Gresk had set a screen to get Berlowski open. Foul on Derek Newton is his 3rd.
And he's not using common sense out here as far as the play. He's just, this team, LaSalle with Newton.
And now Kareem Towns will be called for the foul. So in the space of about 30 seconds, LaSalle has been whistled for 3 fouls, and they now have 5 as a team here in the second half.
And they don't have to really go out that far and be that aggressive to get fouls because this team, Green Bay, has not shot well outside yet, and they're not moving the ball like they did earlier to get the shot. You got to move the ball right there. There you go. You got to look for that shot, though. You turn around, look for the shot.
Make it 16 fouls as that graphic showed you. But Gary Gresk, who has kept passing up that shot at the top of the circle, has made the offense difficult for the Phoenix of Green Bay. Long bounce pass to Nordgaard, no. The foul, however, is going to put Jeff on the line, and the foul is going to be called on Derek Newton, I believe, which would be his 4th.
Great pass inside, a little bobble, but he picked it up, and I honestly didn't see a lot of contact, but nonetheless the foul is called, and once again the foul out here before dictated why he's in foul trouble. Got to use your smarts when you go out and hound or do what you got to do. And that took the little momentum out of LaSalle because they were on a little roll there offensively, hit a couple long bombs, and you come down this end, looked like a half-court game all of a sudden.
Nordgaard 2 of 3 at the line now. Had 20 points in the meeting at home against LaSalle. The lead back up to 3. Ryan Flickinger, the man in the ball game now for Newton. He misses the jumper.
He had a better shot the first time around, and the dribble took him off rhythm there, but I like to see that the fact that LaSalle's looking for other people in the offense.
Westlake thought about the 3 but didn't take it. Nordgaard will shoot the jumper and
That's
hit it.
what I mean, Jack. When you get the ball in the post, you got to turn around and be a threat from that area. I don't care if you miss. You just taking that shot will make that zone so worried about the ball penetrating there that then you get the Westlakes, you open it up, the Berlowskis and everybody. Now you open it up for them when you get it penetrate like that.
Towns in the lane, too strong. Tried to get his rebound, but Ohm comes away with it. A 5-point run for Green Bay as they have the lead at 5.
Got to move it. You got to move it.
Towns trying to pressure the freshman. Westlake spots for the 3. Chris Westlake's second 3 of the ball game. He's got 9.
And that's what happens when you hit from the post. People react, the zone reacted to the post, and Westlake, you know what he did for the first time in a long time, though? It slid into the shooting area and got the ball.
After tying the game, an 8-0 run, you can see the long-distance shooting's been tough for both teams. Burke finally gets a jumper to go after going 0 for 11. Burke gets his first field goal. He's got 6 points.
He shows the same game face, whether he's missing or not. I mean, he shows the same game face. Got to move it. Got to move it against the zone.
Westlake on the baseline and was standing on the baseline to turn the ball over. Timeout on the floor with 10:14 to play here in the second half. Green Bay leading by the same advantage they had at halftime.
Dad? Son.
Been a long time, Dad.
It's been a long trip, son. How about throwing me a cold one?
Just like old times, huh, Dad?
Just like the old days. Pepsi.
I know. I saved 9 cents.
Unbelievable. Kid saved a lousy 9 cents.
If you want your stomach to look like this, or you want the great feeling of a lean waistline, then you want 8-Minute Abs.
8-Minute Abs is great. I pop it in, I'm done, and it works.
8-Minute Abs takes you through a series of simple movements scientifically designed into an 8-minute program for fast results.
I use 8-Minute Abs, and I recommend it to all of my clients.
I used to wear loose clothes to hide my tummy, but look, now I use 8-Minute Abs.
The secret to 8-Minute Abs is using the abdominal muscles in a specific sequence to maximize effectiveness and give you results quickly and comfortably.
If you've got 8 minutes and a VCR, you'll get great abs too.
Call now to get yours for $19.95, and we'll also send 8-minute buns absolutely free.
For free 5-day express delivery, have a credit card or check ready and call 1-800-862-2800 or send check or money order for $23.95 to 8-Minute Abs, Post Office Box 193, Devon, Pennsylvania 19333, or call 1-800-862-2800.
Wisconsin Green Bay trying to win their 5th in a row. It's been a struggle against LaSalle, leading by 6 here about midway through the second half. Accommodations for this broadcast have been provided by the Holiday Inn and the Homewood Suites, the headquarter hotels for the 1995 MCC tournament. 2 great hotels, 1 great location. After forcing the turnover, the 11th of the ball game against Wisconsin Green Bay. LaSalle trying to cut into that 6-point deficit, but they turn it over as Gresk anticipating the pass. And it's an offensive foul as Paul Burke beat him to the spot. And for Gary Gresk, that is his 4th personal foul. Dick Bennett and his staff cannot believe it.
I don't know if he got there, but he sure made an effort to get back as he threw the ball away. Let's see if he got back in time, and boy, that's a close one. And, you know, we got the slow motion part of that, and at the same time, another angle as you see right here.
He was stopped.
He got there and he stopped, you know, and that's the whole idea of the charge situation. So I just lean with the official on this one and say it's a good call.
4 personal fouls on Gary Gresk, and Dick Bennett is one unhappy basketball coach.
Personally, I thought he should have passed off. You got the fast break, you got the other teammate, you got the 2-on-1 situation, just flip it over to your teammate, you drew the only defender you had, a little bounce pass on the other end, got a result 2 points. So we got something to understand wrong with the clock. Maybe Coach Bennett got so upset he kicked something over there, huh?
Well, it shows 9:49 to play. We were at 10:14 in our last stop in the action, and I don't know if 25 seconds now they've reset it to 10:03. There we go. I didn't think we had played that much time.
It's moving. See, personally, myself, I think it's a good call when you take the charge. See, I like that. But at the same time, he got back.
Backcourt blood in you.
Absolutely.
Boiling again.
First of all, the coach would have got it. You threw the ball away to begin with, so you better get back there and take the charge.
Flickens here for a 3. Got the bottom of the rim, and Westlake gets the rebound. Shooting continues to be a problem for LaSalle, just 23% from the floor. Yet they're only down 6.
Get out, White, get out!
So look for shots when you're in the zone.
And now Romaine Haywood.
I'm telling you, Jack, I don't know where his head is right now. He has 4 of the most ridiculous fouls that you can get in the game. I don't know what he's thinking about out there. 4 just ridiculous fouls for him, and he's got himself in foul trouble.
Forces a change as Jasper Van Tiesling has to come back into the ball game. West gets the free throw, his 3rd point of the afternoon, 69% free throw shooter. He only averages 5.5 points a ball game. He is their defensive specialist, but he gets the lead back up to 8.
Big play, big turnaround. You're playing defense down there. There's not even a shot taken. You put him on the free throw line with 2 shots because Haywood's just throwing elbows, pushing. There's 4 fouls. All 4 of his fouls have just been, I think, bad judgment.
Towns in the lane. Somebody got a piece of it. Van Tiesling had the rebound. Towns had it. Finally got a piece of it, then lost it out of bounds, but it went off of Ben Berlowski.
Well, a lot of action, a lot of hustle. But Towns had the quickest hands. He lost it, but he has a way of getting the ball back somewhere around his hands.
Shot clock resets. Flickinger gets it into Everett Catlin. No. Rebound Van Tiesling. And he walks with the basketball.
And he's going in the wrong direction. He's got to rebound. Go back up with it. Don't let it go back outside. If you're that big, you got to rebound. You're in the paint. Go up. Get fouled. About 3 or 4 rebounds he's taken. As you see, the turnovers 11. Green Bay's about at their game max right there with 11. They average 12. And LaSalle 9. But you got to take the ball back up.
Press playing with the 4 fouls, still in the ball game.
Back up.
Chris Westlake, the three-point shooter, is cut off.
Back to moving that ball again. There's open man over here. You got to take that.
Berlowski's 3 goes up and over, and the ball will come back to LaSalle.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot for Green Bay. You move the ball. You moved in. Berlowski is one of the few today moving in the shot areas when that ball's moving around in this zone. That was a good shot. He just didn't can it.
Green Bay, a 48% shooting team from the field on the year, at less than 39% here this afternoon. Flickinger had this 3-point try but gave it up. Van Tiesling on the baseline cut off. And a foul called on the baseline. And let's see who they got this one on Chris Westlake.
A little reach in action, being aggressive. As you see it right here, the ball's moving around. A little spin, he's ready to pass. A little reach in right there.
Westlake's second, the 5th team foul on the Phoenix. Towns has not taken as many shots here in the second half. Burke on the drive, off the glass and good. Paul Burke with 8, 6 of them here in the second half, and a couple of field goals.
They still hang around in LaSalle, that is, despite the shooting not being at their best. That's good movement. There you go. Got to be ready to shoot that over there. On this side. There you go. There, that's ball movement at its best.
Berlowski's 3. Rebound Everett Catlin.
Can't beat that, Jack. That's ball movement against the zone. That's the kind of shot you need against the zone. Boom, 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 shot. Didn't hit it, but that's how you beat a zone.
Down low Van Tiesling, and now it's LaSalle moving the ball around at Burke's 3, no. Rebound, and who got the foul? They're going to call a jump ball, and the ball will come to Green Bay.
Quick whistle on that. You know, if you look at it again, it was a jump ball. You get to see that, but we won't right now.
I think they felt equal contact, equal possession of the ball, called the jump ball. 7:23 to play. LaSalle trails by 6.
You need to get gone. You need to get way out of town. You need a hot set of wheels.
It's a most special occasion, and you need a getaway car. Impress your client with a car that says you mean business. Whatever your needs, Budget has the car you need. Budget, a smart place to start. Fly free when you rent 6 times only at Budget. Ask for details at select U.S. Budget locations. The smart money is on Budget.
More and more people are stopping by for the reliable performance of Exxon 93 Supreme Gasoline. They're stopping by for a gasoline that controls deposits on valves for a cleaner engine. Rely on 93 Supreme for a cleaner engine which reduces emissions for cleaner air. If it runs, if it swings, if it jams, if it skates, if it spikes, if it slides, if it accelerates, if it hits and hits and hits, if it birdies, if it receives, if it kicks, if it serves, if it competes, if it scores and scores and scores and scores and scores, then it must be Sports Channel. 24 hours of the best sports from the region and the world. If it's sports, then it must be Sports Channel.
Well, the most important thing to look at on that graphic there is the word second in front of half, because when you see that score and the time remaining, you might think this is a wild, high-scoring first half of basketball, but we have already played 32-plus minutes as the Northern Illinois Huskies, who will play in the next game, watch the action. The winner of this game will play the winner of Game 2 of the quarterfinals, Northern Illinois and the number 2 seed, the Flames of Illinois Chicago. It will be Green Bay basketball. They led at halftime 21-15 and still have that 6-point edge with 7:15 to play here in the second half.
You got to move it. Got to move the ball. Right now, it should be swung. Shouldn't even hesitate. Should have been right over and make this zone move. Then you create an open shot for yourself.
Berlowski looking for Nordgaard, couldn't find him. Under 10 again on the shot clock. Berlowski gets it off to Nordgaard. His jumper is good. Jeff Nordgaard stepped out and hit a big basket.
Not particularly a good shot, in my opinion, but nonetheless he hit it. He got right in the rhythm and took the shot. Clock was winding down, but he's capable of hitting that shot.
Nordgaard with 9 of his 11 points here in the second half. Towns on the baseline couldn't get the shot off. Flickinger's 3 is way off the mark. Westlake gets the board for Wisconsin Green Bay.
The last few possessions, just seems like Green Bay has gotten back in control. Even though it's a close score, basically, back in control.
Everett Catlin trying to steal the ball from Gary Gress, gets the personal foul for Everett, his second. And that puts Salle over the limit and into a bonus situation for Gary Gress. Junior out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, as Romaine Haywood comes back in with his 4 personal fouls and just 2 points for Haywood, although he does have 4 rebounds.
He's still in the trend of just not thinking about how he goes about getting fouls. I think he'll be back on the oak and the pine or whatever the chair is in a minute, because he is just 4 fouls. He just hasn't used his head.
The lead is back to double digits. They have led by as many as 11. It was 21-10, and LaSalle will take time. 6:13 to play. Green Bay trying to win their 20th and move into the semifinals.
In today's world, sport represents more than games and competition. It's an integral part of the educational experience. A unique group of institutions have developed an athletic conference that promotes both academic and athletic excellence. They're the schools of the Midwestern Collegiate Conference, the new MCC, with a common philosophy dedicated to enhancing the student-athlete experience. The new MCC, a conference with a solid foundation, building for the future.
Dear parents, even if your car is working perfectly, it's still a dangerous place for a child who doesn't have a car seat. So through Project Safe Baby, Midas is making it easy for everyone to afford a Century car seat for just $42. Our cost. You see, Project Safe Baby isn't about making a profit. It's about making cars safer for children everywhere. That's the Midas way, the way it should be.
Wisconsin Green Bay with their second largest lead of the afternoon with 6:13 to play in the second half. I told Norm Van Leary he was going to have to be like Alberto Salazar today. Marathon time with basketball aplenty. Coming up after this ball game on Sports Channel Plus in the Chicago area, Illinois-Chicago against Northern Illinois. Then we'll be back tonight for the second session of the quarterfinals. Wright State, the host team, against top-seeded Xavier. And then Butler and Detroit, the number 4 and 5 teams in the MCC, will battle in the nightcap with the semifinals tomorrow night right here on Sports Channel as the MCC moves towards its winner and an automatic bid to the NCAA field of 64.
Right now, LaSalle's got to put something together now. They can't hesitate. They can't wait. They got to get it done right now. Can't afford to start missing any more of these shots when they do indeed have an open shot. I don't think they've got a layup the second half.
Well, when they've tried layups, they haven't made them.
Certainly.
Burke inside finds Towns, who has not had a lot of opportunities in the second half. Got that one to go and one more.
Yep. Never fails. Team with possession, good coaching. Always after a timeout, you get 2 points. As you see right here, it's just all individual, one-on-one. Little body contact, a little hesitation, nice little bank shot. You're not going to stop Towns in that. He's going to get that, but he just hasn't hit enough of them. Get this team rolling right now.
Pete Wade back in the ball game. Gary Gresk with his 4 personal fouls will sit down. Kareem makes it 16 on the afternoon.
He's done it very quietly. I can't even remember anything except for 2 3-pointers in a row at one point, first start, second half.
Towns now with the near steal, and then Berlowski got it back. Nordgaard finds Ohm, but he won't take the 3. Berlowski won't either.
Good reaction on the zone as far as moving the ball right now, but that's you got to keep doing that. Get him out of position, turn around, face it.
Nordgaard works in the lane, and Towns got the ball, but also got him. And for Kareem, that's personal foul number 3 and team foul number 9. Now they'd say it's the 10th. They're got to get used to the rhythm here and see how quickly they put them up on the board. So it's a double bonus situation on the non-shooting fouls now for Wisconsin Green Bay. Jeff Nordgaard, 4 for 5 at the line. 12 in the ball game, make it 13 as he has had an 11-point second half. 5:20 to play in this one. Towns works inside, leans in, no, tip, no. Rebound and a foul on Towns, and that's just off of Kareem Towns. Not a foul, but the ball will come back to Wisconsin Green Bay.
Speedy's having some more words over there. Speedy.
Well, that's the MO. Pete Wade, good catch on a tough pass.
Oh, got away with a carry.
Nordgaard carried, and Wisconsin Green Bay will run some clock down. 15 on the shot clock. In the lane, Pete Wade. Little 5-footer is good. Pete Wade, the freshman, his first basket.
That'll be the zone every time, other than the fast break. That just get it in the hub and shoot it.
On the baseline, Haywood couldn't get it to go again, and Green Bay on the break, and not a good pass by Kevin Ohm. As Dick Bennett says, relax, guys. There's lots of time for us to be patient.
Right, if he had thrown a good pass, he'd have got it right back from Westlake on the layup. I mean, you had a situation where, boom, you go and cut and you get it back, but bad pass. And they've had about 13 turnovers.
Towns in the lane, no, but got the foul on Kevin Ohm. Second foul on Ohm, and it is 17 fouls on the Phoenix as Olaf Lundgren comes back into the ball game, the freshman out of Sweden, replacing Derek Newton. 4:19 remaining. Wisconsin Green Bay with an 11-point advantage. Towns rolls that one around and down. 17 for Kareem. First team all-conference last year and this year. Out of Southern High School in Philadelphia. With more than 1,900 points in his LaSalle career in 3 seasons for the Explorers.
I think eventually you have to come out and get to a man-to-man. Another minute or so, we'll turn this around. That being LaSalle.
Their problem in terms of the pressure is they've already collected 10 team fouls, and they have 2 men with 4 and several with 3 personal fouls. Nordgaard dropped his shoulder and is called for the offensive foul.
They've called it all night. At least they're consistent on
they have.
Both ends, so they have called it. As you see right here, nice pass in. You know, not a bad call. I like to see a no call if anything else on that, but if you're going to call it, good call. I mean, you know, because he's called it both ways with that, but good ball movement once again.
Langren in the lane. Didn't get it to go, but drew a foul on Nordgaard.
Boy, they have missed more layups, more close-in shot opportunities, LaSalle, or just shot poorly this whole game, basically. Inside or outside, doesn't make a difference.
Well, you think 22.9% is poor shooting?
Oh, I would say. I'd say we're dipping down a little bit.
Pete Wade gave the breather to Gary Gresk. He sits down as the junior Gresk comes back into the ball game, and the freshman Longren can't get it to go as it rims out.
At the same time, Jack, got to give credit for Green Bay playing good defense. Because every shot has been challenged. They've had to work hard for shots, and that's credit to the defense.
Both free throws hit lots of the rim but wouldn't go down, so the lead stays at 9. Pressure coming now from LaSalle. Still in the zone, however, with 3:35 to play.
And I would say it's amazing how many fouls they got playing a zone. You know, you usually don't foul a lot when you're in the zone, but this team has. LaSalle.
Long skip pass.
I got patience. You're working the clock now. You're starting to work the clock.
Westlake will shoot the 3. No. Rebound Haywood.
Boy, he's good at that little hesitation. Getting the last shot off.
Burke pulls up for a 3. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound Gresk. Paul Burke 2 for 15 on the afternoon.
Well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. They relied on outside shooting all year long, and it just hasn't worked for them.
Burke picks up the foul, trying to pressure Kevin Olm, his 3rd, and the freshman will go to the line for 2.
This is a University of Wisconsin Green Bay type game. Very low scoring. Basically, they keep around. They're not quite as low as this, but the low scoring definitely goes in their favor. Now, they will milk the clock to perfection. This team's usually very, very good handling the ball. And when they have a lead, you foul them, they usually go and hit their free throws.
Well, exactly. They are a 74% free throw shooting team. Olm 2 out of 3 on the afternoon. And the lead is again back up to 11. They've had that 3 times today. LaSalle, its worst offensive output of the year was 50 against Temple. Towns doesn't get the drive, and here comes Wisconsin Green Bay, but they don't want the transition. They want the time.
That's right. Back it up. You don't need it. Back it up. There you go.
Under 2.5 to play. Steal by Towns. 1 against 2. Kareem finger rolls at home. He's got 20.
Got careless out front. You just have to move the ball, back up, make it come at you, and just move it.
They're going to have to start fouling people. Flickinger and Longren would be the guys who can commit fouls.
And they went to the man-to-man, which they had to do. They've got it to do it. I wouldn't be so short a sub after every well, they got it. It's something to try to get some people off the bench to commit some fouls real quick and then put some offense back in there.
Towns picks up his 4th. Kareem among the leaders in the conference in steals as well, so you try and see if you can do it that way, but
can't afford it now.
You can see how effective the Phoenix have been. Now 12 of 13 from the foul line in the second half. Chris Westlake into double figures with 10. 2 of 2 at the line, a couple of 3s on the day as well for the senior, the only senior on the Green Bay club.
Now they want a little pressure, make them have some time coming up the court and not just come down and fire away. That's a good strategy right here.
Burke inside, goes to the hoop, drops it to Longren, who had trouble. Got it to go, but didn't drop. And Nordgaard picks up his 4th personal foul.
Still playing aggressive. I think it's a good challenge right there at that point. You got a layup opportunity, but as you see right here, some good penetration. Burke, little feed off. Lose handle of the ball. He turns around. He goes up for the block. Little contact.
How tough has this game been? Well, that was the 35th foul between the two teams, and Longren, he's got a patent on that rim out free throw try.
Yes.
Ten-point advantage, and the fouls have to start coming someplace. Rest is fouled by Brian Flickinger with 1:32 to play. Flickinger's first personal, and Dresk, who is 3 of 3 at the line and a 69% free throw shooter, will get 2 more.
Very good ball handling team, shoots fouls very well. And at this point in the game, when you have this, you position yourself at the end of the game to be in this position. This is just golden right here.
7 for Grest, all 5 in the second half from the line. Flickinger spots for a 3, just grazed the front of the rim and out of bounds to LaSalle.
They just can't, when I say they, LaSalle get any type of offensive set going at all. I mean, they're just not even close in their shots.
Haywood's 3 is short. Rebound to Grest, and Paul Burke fouled him. That's his 4th.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. You come, you get in the tournament, and you don't shoot well. Your opportunity, that's one thing about NCAA ball and tournament time. You're in, you don't play well, you're out. That's the way it goes.
Well, LaSalle, who is leaving the conference to go to the Atlantic 10, has not departed the MCC the way they wanted to, as they have had their worst game of the year, just 37 points with 1:21 to play. Grest with 8 points. This will not be one for the coaching clinics or the highlight films. Towns from long range on the 3. Burke with the long rebound.
Still good defense by Green Bay. Still good
Haywood's
defense.
line drive 3. Burke with another rebound. He'll throw the 3 up, and that's into the corner to Nordgaard. And he is fouled by Brian Flickinger.
All right. They had opportunities. They were firing away.
Well, listen to some of these numbers. Paul Burke, 2 for 16. Romaine Haywood, 1 for 11. And Kareem Towns, 7 for 19. And from 3-point range, it's 2 for 20.
Don't win shooting like that. You just can't get it done.
Wisconsin Green Bay will win its 20th. Burke on the drive. There's Flickinger for another 3, and they got that one.
Oh, he looks smooth with that shot.
Ryan Flickinger has 5. The freshman will be a guy they will count on in future seasons in Philadelphia. All the Phoenix want to do now is spread the floor and run time. In the lane, Grest is hammered by Kareem Towns, and that is his 5th personal foul. Kareem Towns, in his final college basketball game, will depart with 20 points and 3 rebounds.
I tell you what, he seems to be a class individual. If ever had foul, good call, went over to the opposition. My fault, I fouled him.
Had a 13-point second half in his final game in a LaSalle uniform, and Gary Grest, probably from shooting so many free throws, getting tired.
Yeah, going to the line quite a bit down the stretch here. And that's a sign of a good team. When you got that lead, you go there and you can your free throws, still play.
52-40. Burke leans inside and gets the 3 to go, but too little too late for Paul. He's got 11, 9 here in the second half. And another foul, and that will be number 5 on Paul Burke. So seconds after his backcourt partner departs on fouls, Paul Burke's college career ends with 17 seconds to play as he finished with 11 points, but what an afternoon. 3 for 17 for Paul Burke. Led the way with 7 rebounds, but not the way that that young man wanted to finish his LaSalle career. Brian Berlowski will try and split the, Ben Berlowski, excuse me, will try and split the free throws. This Green Bay team losing just Chris Westlake, so they are certainly a threat next year as well.
A couple big recruits he has. He's going with some height next year, Coach Bennett said. He's got a 6'10" recruit coming in, and a little different
look for the Phoenix next year, you're right. And Romaine Haywood will foul out of the ball game with 2.8 seconds to go. Haywood with a nightmare game for the junior from Atlantic City. He was 1 for 12 from the floor.
Yeah, the combination of just poor shooting and good defense by University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Just that's why LaSalle will pack up and go home.
Rest doesn't get it to go. There have only been 5 field goals in the second half for Green Bay. They have scored 32 points, but only 11 from the field. Landgren with a long bomb 3 at the buzzer.
Yeah.
To wrap it up, but Speedy Morris and his LaSalle Explorers are eliminated by Dick Bennett and the Phoenix of Wisconsin Green Bay. We'll be back to Dayton. Game 1 of the quarterfinals belongs to the Phoenix.
Discover the amazing training secrets of America's finest baseball school with Dynamic Practice Organization, a revolutionary new instructional videotape. Dynamic Practice Organization features professional scout and instructor Tommy Mansky with his famous building block approach to athletic training. This exciting instructional videotape features the same drills, techniques, and methods that have produced baseball world's back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams. Dynamic Practice Organization makes any coach look like a genius and organizes offensive and defensive practices that players of all ages and ability levels can't wait to attend. And immensely improves team communication skills and even conditioning. This is the instructional video that's a winner. To order your copy for only $29.95, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-282-5020. The Dynamic Practice Organization teaching video makes a great gift, too. Call now 1-800-282-5020.
An ugly ball game, but for the Phoenix of Green Bay, Norm Van Leer, ugly in a win is better than ugly in maybe the season being over.
Well, I'd be ugly all year long if I can get the victory. No doubt about it. And they did pull it out. They played good defense, and like I said, it wasn't pretty at all. But nonetheless, they came out on top, I think, with a good, sound, aggressive defense on one end, and coupled with the fact that LaSalle shot poorly, even when they did have good shots.
So they will move into the semifinals that will come up tomorrow night. For our Chicago viewers, the MCC quarterfinal game 2 between Illinois, Chicago, and Northern Illinois is coming up at 2:30 Central Time on Sports Channel Plus, and on Sports Channel at 3 o'clock it will be the live coverage of the Illinois High School Girls AA Basketball State Championship. Our other viewers will be back in 30 minutes with Game 2 of the quarterfinals, the Illinois-Chicago Flames against the Huskies of Northern Illinois. Once again, the final score, Wisconsin Green Bay over LaSalle, 54-46. For Norm Van Leer, Jack Corrigan saying goodbye, the preceding exclusive presentation of Sports Channel.